Beautiful. We're recording. Hi, Shawna.
Yay. Hi, Liz. And we're saying hi, but we've actually been talking for a very long time.
Right. So hello to anyone and everyone watching this on replay. For those who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Liz Moyer.
And I'm Shawna Emerick.
And we wanted to hop on and make a quick video about so many different things, but really, about this this program and this offering that we've been creating and stewing on, and we'll be launching at the beginning of June, starting June 7th.
We've been planning for it for a while, and something that just organically happened this morning, which is why I giggled saying hi again, is that we've actually ended up holding circle for each other for the past hour or more. And that going through that whole process really landed within each of us the vision for this program and really supported us in realizing the importance of this type of work for all people, that the need of sharing our stories, being heard, being in a space that is sacred, that we have the space and the time to be with each other and to allow our bodies to move this energy through that sharing of stories is really important.
Yeah. We hopped on because we wanted to make this video in order to share about the program, share about the intentions. And an hour later, we were like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
we just went into it and really both held space in the way that we showed up for each other in terms of just real radical compassion and in an eye for constructiveness, like really, and an eye for expanding our capacity to be present with all of the changes going on in our world and all that's alive for us at personal levels and at collective levels. And so, it was originally just like hey, let's brainstorm about this video, and it turned into Circle Space itself. So yeah,
which I'm always really grateful for, and grateful to you, Liz, to be moving into this work together, and grateful that source of this energy is synthesizing for change and for healing and for healing of all, even though, and really the last hour again is us naming the places that we are each in, and places where we're uncertain, things that we're questioning within ourselves, because of all that's going on in our world and all of these different events, and that wanting to be present for all of them, wanting to be present for each other as we each explore our own questionings, our own wonderings, because there's a lot of similarities of questions, and then there were a lot of differences of just personal situations and circumstances and things of that nature. But again, all of that is in direct alignment with what we are and why we are bringing this program to you all. That it is a place where we can be questioning, we can wonder, we can be present with all that is in all types of circumstances, and to be present for those things within ourselves, but then also within the sacred container and the flow of the journey for each other at the same time.
Mm, mm. That's such a beautiful way to put it. It makes me think of a lot of different things, but just the need for community to be able to, and this was language we were sharing with each other earlier, the need to deconstruct and reconstruct our moral universes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've learned one through the field of moral injury, which has been such an amazing lens for me to use to understand my own personal experiences and experiences that I feel I see at a collective level as well, around the different changes that are going on in our world. But that's all to say that something that I received from that is that we didn't become moral beings in isolation or on our own, and therefore we can't
Mm.
reconstruct and give birth to new moral universes on our own either.
Yeah. That's really awesome. That just, for me, the paradigm and the consciousness, that was really a really nice hit. So thank you for that.
Mm.
That we didn't become moral and beings in our own. Like, there was relationship, and there's always relationship, um, not only within ourselves, but to have these moral values, to have these ways of being. We had interaction. We had we have family, we have friends, we have circles. Yeah, thanks for bringing that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So if you're wondering what the program actually is, it'll be 3 months, a 3 months journey. And every other week we'll host Circle. We'll hold Circle, come together in community for 2 hours, where the first hour will be storytelling, sharing from the heart about our own personal lived experiences. And then the second half will be embodied movement, physical practice, asana, breath work. Uh, so
That second part will often, since I lead it, often, and it's really, I don't even want to say I lead it, right? It really comes from what I've heard in that time of short storytelling and sharing. And I might have a couple ideas coming into it that I intuit might be great for that evening, but also allowing the evening to lead the movement, if you will, and allowing the movement to then guide us into deeper exploration of things that we might have heard as shared in circle, and also allowing the movement to keep the processing going within to different levels and different layers, so that the movement then for healing can continue even beyond the physical movement.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Really, really rich. We did this workshop a couple, like maybe a month or so ago, and it was just so cool to see the themes that were brought up in story, woven into the imagery and the poetry that Shawna offered and used within the movement portion.
Yeah. And that comes from wonderful facilitation from yourself during that sharing and that story time. You have, Liz, a way of facilitating that I'm smiling and giggling because it's just amazing. It's really incredible. And your capacity to hold is very vast,
Mm.
is very vast, is very deep. And I say that from my heart because I've experienced it and I feel that and I trust. So that's why this journey also of this program is going to allow for even more trust to be felt and experienced, because the community will be in this journey together. It's not just a one-time workshop, which does also hold value, and we have one coming up this Sunday through Bread and Yoga, which is a nice opportunity for anybody who's interested in the longer journey to have an experience with Liz and I and the type of work that we're speaking to today. But that this longer journey has other facets in it, even in the in-between weeks where we're not meeting and holding circle with each other. We're still going to be connected in many different ways, like the journaling prompts and the community group that anybody can get into at any time and present questions or share more stories, and get feedback and responses. So that community building piece is really important and really there. And that in those off weeks, I'll be creating and then sharing more physical practices with meditation to support the journey. And right now, Liz and I have been talking about how we feel a strong pull towards using the rainbow bridge of the chakras. So inside those, but also I'm feeling that allowing again the leading of the community to also support how those videos and meditations will be created to serve what might be needed throughout the journey. But I love the arcs that you created, Liz, of the whole overarching themes. I'd love for you to talk about those.
Yeah. You're reading my mind too, just around the highly co-creative nature of this space. And that's what I find with all circle space too. Every circle is so unique and different because of who is there, how they're there, their unique presence, what's uniquely alive for them in that moment. And it's in that vein that we'll be approaching this 3-month journey too. It's that balance of structure and fluidity, right? So we have themes mapped out for each circle. So 6 circles, 6 themes that will serve as like a skeletal system for us around really taking time to build out the community container, build out this foundation of trust amongst us all, and then moving from the self to the collective to beyond. And moving towards this question of what in this time of disorientation, how do we want to take the puzzle pieces that are present within us and around us and again construct new ways of being, new visions for ourselves, new visions for the world, new visions for our work, for our service. And then how can we take next steps towards embodying that in our lives, in our lifestyles, relationships.
I love that. I love that imagery of the pieces and the puzzle, because it brings that idea for me of wholeness. So remembering one's wholeness, even through the disorientation, uncertainty, all the wide array of emotions and experiences, but also using this journey that we've designed to also be able to step out of it feeling even more whole and complete, and having whatever each person might need, whether it be more logistical like action plans or that spiritual way of just being in the world, and everything in between. So I really like that imagery. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you too. And you talking about just how the space, the intention of the space is to hold the rich complexity, diversity, multi-layeredness of each individual. Also makes me think about this offer that we're doing right now, that if folks sign up before 2nd, right? So Tuesday, they'll get a free coaching call with one of us too.
Yeah.
And we're
awesome.
Like with our hope and intention with that is to offer that extra layer of support, that extra layer of personalization, that you know, you could use prior to the program, in the midst of the program, even after the program. Um,
Yeah.
we're really looking forward to both offering support and receiving support within this, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the one last thing that, thanks for speaking to that, that I would say before we end, is that we're as much in this journey, even as, if you will, facilitators, we're participants. Um, and I'm looking forward to that.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you, Shawna. Thank you, Shawna. This is so, yeah, I'm receiving already. So, if you'd like more information, please, you can find it on either of our websites. The program's called Steadiness Within the Change. And yeah, there's more information about the circle dates, about the themes, about the cost that we're requesting around it as well. Just knowing that this time is so up in the air for so many people, please reach out to us if the cost is prohibitive in any kind of way, for real.
Yeah.
Like, we can get
Yeah.
super creative around it all. And again, the group dynamic and the presence of all who join really, you know, brings the richness to this. So, you know, if cost is a deterrent in any kind of way, please put that to the side, reach out to us. We'd love to make it work with you.
Definitely. Yeah. And if there's any other questions, feel free to reach out to us too, or added ideas or concerns, or just whatever is present for you, reach out to us, and we look forward to hearing from you and being in circle with you. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, thank you, Shawna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful.
Bye.